Most people in America know what is and isn't professional behavior. Most of us have worked as employees for a really long time. In other words, most of us remember that 15-year-old, 16-year-old training set that was, at least in my generation and time, required to do before we could even step foot into a uniform or on the job. And it usually talked about basics of common courtesy, the basics of social etiquette, the basics of professional conduct, the basics of standard operating procedures, the basics of everything you and me need to know to be lawful in that job. And for most of us, it was the restaurateuring industry. Something to do, usually high school students work in food. That's just the typical thing. Now, if you're a savvy high school student, you got parents that are well connected, you might be able to work at a law office, or you might be able to work at a record store, you might be able to work at a place that's a box store or sort of a shopping mall or something, but everybody's different. That's the truth. Some sort of form of retail or some form of office work. And how you launch your job is where your job and career often heads. Now, having said that, I'm not encouraging people who have no social skills to go try to put themselves into an office environment because people would be exhausted with having to teach you. So then we think about the fact that everyone knows how to read, or at least they're supposed to when they come out of junior high, and at very least high school, and definitely college. So that means you know how to pick up a book, pay for a book, right? And buy a book basically and read and research about the industries that you have interest in. So if you want to go off maybe a music mogul in Hollywood, you could probably find a handful of books that teach you sort of how to. If you want to be an online entrepreneur where you're working from home on a computer and the internet and things like that, your Wi-Fi system or your Ethernet, you probably can do that too. The truth is, it's what about you want to plan for your life, but how realistic is it is the next step. Because usually to make yourself to be a famous actor or actress in Hollywood, I've evaluated, I've assessed, I've observed, it takes about 10 motherfucking years. But in terms of a regular career, isn't it about the same? That once you hit your 10-year mark, you sort of know what you're doing, you sort of got an idea of where you're going, but you're still working out the details of how to handle the new clients, the new systems, the new opportunities, or the new job.